Hey, what's up, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you don't have to learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like what my content offers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I post new content. It really helps the channel grow and get the information to others that might find it interesting. So today we're going to talk about how to buy Solana and how to do things on the Solana blockchain. And really these principles will work for more than just buying Solana. I'm going to show you kind of how to do a multitude of different options. That way you've got different options depending on what you're trying to do. So first we'll take a look at FTX. Now FTX has an international version and a US version. If you're in the US, you're going to have to use the US version. I don't know exactly how the international one works, so I'm only going to talk specifically about the US version, which I've got up in the screen. Now this is the wallet section. But from the wallet section, this is where you can buy and get money into the FTX system. So first we need to put US dollars in there. And then from US dollars, then we can start converting. From this interface here, as you can see, you have the option for card deposit, or you can use your bank account and deposit money that way. And then once you have Fiat in here, and you can look at your different, if you've got multiple Fiats, you can click here and you'll just see Fiat options. If you've got the cryptos, you can look at just those, or you can look at all balances right here. Now, one of the beautiful things about FTX is it's very low fees, and it's actually in many ways very similar to Coinbase. Now, you can buy Solana in Coinbase, and I'll show you that here as well today. You can buy Solana there, you just got to be careful with other stuff. So Solana, when you buy it on Coinbase, you're getting Solana. But if you were to buy USDC on Coinbase, that's an Ethereum-based version of USDC that doesn't work in the Solana blockchain. So you would have to convert it in order to have it on the Solana blockchain. So you can buy USDC on here, but on FTX, it's a Solana-based version of USDC. As you can see, USDC is right here, as is USDT. But these are Solana versions of the stablecoin. So there are different versions. You got to be careful on making sure that you're using the right one. So you've got your ERC20 version, you've got your BEP20 version, and you've got your Solana based version. And there's more. So you got to make sure that when you're using stable coins and you're transferring between wallets, that you're transferring like coins between the different wallets. If you try to, you'll have a lot of issues if you try to send something from Coinbase USDC to Solana. You may lose your money entirely, or it just won't go through. Just depends on what system you're using. But for today, let's go through and see how the process works. So first, let's deposit some money. So I click deposit, and I'm going to deposit from a card today, and we'll do $100 in US dollars. Now let's take a look at what it says on the screen here. It said card deposits are usually credited within a few seconds. If it takes longer, it's because the charge is undergoing review by our external processor. So we should get this almost immediately. Now, you'll be charged an additional $3 in fees. These fees come from our external processor. So it's going to be roughly $103 for a credit card. Now let's close this out and see what happens with the ACH. So we'll do deposit again. This time we'll use the ACH option. Now in this screen, let's go ahead and take a look at what it says. Deposits via the ACH take 5 business days to process. During this period, you may notice that funds are debited from your bank account and not yet credited to your FTX US account. You may not be able to withdraw the equivalent amount of ACH deposit for 7 days or more after it lands. Now, this is the particular part that I want to focus on. Processing fees on this ACH deposit are waived. So there's no additional cost for using the ACH, but there's a time lag. So you have to decide, do you need the money right now, or can you wait a few days? Now, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to use the credit card, so we don't have to wait for a couple days just to do this. All right, so now we've got it all set up for deposit via card. I'm going to deposit $100, so it's going to be $100 or $103.30 with the extra fees. And then I'll have that available to swap for something else. So let's go ahead and hit the submit button, and success. Immediately you can see I've got a $100 balance and $100 available to do whatever I want with inside the FTX system. All right, so now that we've got US dollars in stablecoin, because that's essentially what we've got here is a US dollar and a stable coin. What can we do with it? So how about we see, what about Solana? I've already covered that. It's a good investment. It's the basis for the entire blockchain. Let's see what happens if we hit convert. All right, so we don't want to do Solana in the US. We want to swap that. And let's say we max it. Cost is $100 and no fee. So we will get 0.56 Solana for $100 and no fees associated. I love the idea of no fee. I don't know about you, but that's not bad. Now, as you can see, I refreshed it just to see. Let's go right from here to CoinMarketCap. $100 gives us 176 or 0.56. So it's based on a Solana price of 176. And if we go to CoinMarketCap, we can see that CoinMarketCap listed at 174. So that's not too bad. It's a little bit better on CoinMarketCap's price, obviously. But that's not too bad. And this is, I've alluded to this a few times. I don't know where they get their data on price, because I would prefer 174. But you know, that's the cost of doing business, I guess. Now, one thing you can do, and I haven't covered this before, you can click the market button here and see roughly what the prices are on the different exchanges that are out there, if that's something you're interested in doing. So it says we should be getting around $174, but you saw on the website it's $176. I don't know where the gap in data is. I don't know if this is an exchange's approach to making money, is to just give it to you at a terrible price, or at least not a perfect price, or if it's an issue where CoinMarketCap gets their data. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a problem that exists on every single exchange out there. And you have the same problem on stocks as well. Depending on which platform you're on, you're not always getting the best rate. So that's something to consider, is where you're going to get the best rate. Now, this is another way to find where you can go to look for it. And different pairs have different prices as well. So we're doing the Sol USD, but you could look at the Sol USDT as well, or the USDC, or the Bitcoin. So there's a lot of different options. Let's actually get some Solana. So we will go down to Solana and we will convert. And again, we're going to do US dollars into Solana. We're going to do a max and we will hit, and actually we're going to get a little bit more, 0.57 now. Now you can go to the market and do this through, you can go up to markets up here and actually do limits as well. But I'm not interested in waiting for limits. This price seems okay right now. So we're just going to go ahead and buy Solana. So let's go to convert. Swap it again. Max it out. And hit convert. Conversion successful. So now we've got next to 0 on our US dollars. And if we go down to Solana, we've got 0.57. And it was that easy. Pretty simple for FTX US. Now, what about if you wanted to get Atlas? Surely such an amazing exchange has Atlas. Well, it doesn't. If we scroll down here, that is not one of the options. And if we go up to markets, that is not one of the options. Nothing pops up. And there's no Atlas anywhere on this website. They've got a lot of options, but they don't have all of the options. So again, this is I'm showing you how to do multiple tokens that aren't necessarily going to be available at every single place you go to. So if there's something you're trying to get that isn't here, my next recommendation is Raydium. Raydium's a great swap, and you can see it looks very similar to PancakeSwap or Uniswap. Now they actually have a trading platform as well. I was just showing you the swap feature, but they actually have quite a few options here. It's pretty good. This is a great platform to use. That's why I'm recommending it. But you can do a lot of different things from the Raydium platform. Let's go back to swap though. So now that we're on the swap, well, we need to connect the wallet. Now to get our Solana or other tokens into Raydium, the easiest way to do it is to use our little Phantom extension, assuming you're using the Phantom wallet. Click that. log in. Once you've logged in, deposit SOL button. If we click this, deposit from FTX, and then it'll give us the option to log into our FTX account. And then from here, our available SOL is listed, our destination is listed. We entered the amount to match our available balance, or as much as you prefer to send. And then we gotta verify. So we're gonna send an SMS. It'll send it to my phone. And then once I put in the SM code, all I have to do is hit the pay now. And then it'll transfer from FTX Pay straight into my Phantom wallet. So click pay now and success. Now if I go back to my Phantom wallet in the extension, and I can see there's my balance. It's already hit my account. Now that I've got it in here, I can connect my wallet here, Phantom wallet. There it's connected, wallet connected. Select Solana. And then select the token. And we want to do Atlas. So if we hit max, you'll see it's going to be 982, but we have insufficient SOL balance. So what we need to do is actually adjust this down a little bit by decreasing this. So we'll just back this up a little bit. At 0.51, at 0.52, we've got sufficient balance in order to complete this transaction. So we're going to use 0.52. So due to limits on Solana transaction sizes, this step is required to create a wrapped SOL in your wallet before swapping. So we'll hit the setup button. It'll open up our extension for our wallet. And we'll hit approve a transaction. You can see how small the fees are in SOL. So we'll hit approve. Transaction has been sent. Confirmation is in progress. Transaction has been confirmed. Have you ever bought anything on Ethereum or Binance that was that quick? I haven't. Now if we go back up and look at our wallet through the extension, you can see that we've got wrapped SOL $89 and Solana we've got a little over $8. So now you can see that we've got 0.51, but it's going to be wrapped SOL, which is going to be a little bit less because we've got that extra that didn't get converted over for approximately $8. So now we can get approximately 877 Atlas. So we hit swap. And we have to approve the transaction. And again, you can see how small the fees were. Transaction has been confirmed and we are done. So now if we go up and click our wallet, we should see we have Atlas. And there it is. We've got $88 in Star Atlas. And it was that easy. And that cheap. Now I said we were going to talk a little bit about Coinbase and the benefits of using Coinbase yet again. Now instead of talking about the Coinbase wallet, you can't buy Solana on the Coinbase wallet. You have to actually use the Coinbase exchange. And remember, there are two different things. There's three different options. You got Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, and then you get the Coinbase wallet. You can do a lot of stuff in the Coinbase wallet, but not everything. And buying Solana is one of the things you can't do inside the wallet. So if you go to the exchange, and I've already got it set up here, and again, this is just a few minutes after completing the last transaction to buy Atlas, and we can see for $100 we get 0.56 SOL at the rate of 172.16, which is better than we were getting on the other networks. Now as you can see, the price of Solana did actually change a little bit. So it's 171.34, so it's a little bit lower than when we were looking earlier, when we were looking at buying on FTX. So Coinbase is closer, not by much, but by a little bit, than buying it on FTX. That's for consideration as well. And here's the other thing I want to point out, is the fee is $2.99. And how Coinbase does it is it actually lowers, so you're actually getting $97 for 56. It's pretty comparable between the two. You can do pretty much the exact same things. From here, after you buy it, you would transfer it to wherever you want it. If you want it on your Phantom wallet or if you want it on the FTX exchange. Depends on what you're trying to do with Solana. Now keep in mind, Some things are easier to buy using USDC in the Solana network, just like it is on everything else. Sometimes stablecoins are easier to work with. You can't buy, for example, inside the Atlas game using Sol. So you'll need USDC for the game. And again, you can't transfer USDC from Coinbase. You have to buy USDC on the Solana blockchain, or you can send from Coinbase to a conversion that'll convert it into a Solana-based blockchain USDC version as well. So there are different options. I know it's a lot more confusing than your normal Ethereum or Binance-based networks, but that's just because you're used to using Ethereum or Binance. This is actually fairly easy, and the prices are ridiculously cheaper. I paid less than a penny for all the transaction fees, except for getting the fiat into the system, which is very similar to Coinbase. So almost exact same. But once you're on the Solana blockchain, there's almost no cost. It's awesome. If you want to save on fees, that's the place to do it. Now, you don't have as many options on the Solana network for tokens to buy into, but it's growing. It's a fairly new blockchain. That's to be expected. They will get more, especially when people realize how low the fees are. Hopefully you found this content helpful. The Solana-based network is just as easy as Ethereum or Binance. It's just different. And once you get used to it, and once you figure out where you got to go and how things work, it's actually a fairly good network. It's just it's in the process of building out. It's brand new blockchain. Left Zero is going to have the exact same issue. They're not going to have anything there to really work with it until people start building stuff that makes the blockchain more accessible to everybody else. Now you can still buy that one, but that's about the extent of what you're going to have, more than likely on launch day. But as far as Solana goes, this is a very fee-friendly network, and it's got some pretty good tools already built for getting into it. So that was how to buy Star Atlas, but the process isn't much different for everything else on the Solana-based network either. The trick is knowing which wallets are going to work and which ones are going to be supported. So Math Wallet is another great option. Phantom Wallet's really good. It had some issues. Shortly before I did my first video on Phantom Wallet, where I walked everybody through it, they did have some issues that were resolved. But it's a new wallet. Most of the issues were because people weren't disconnecting their wallets. And Phantom Wallet is one of those things where they're trying to make it as easy as possible. And sometimes when you make things easier, you reduce your security to compensate and make it easier. So they've bumped up the security a little bit and made it a little safer for your money. But there's other great options if you don't like Phantom Wallet. Solid is another good option. I just like Phantom Wallet because it's convenient. It works really well. And I haven't had any issues, but I also don't leave it connected, and I generally like security. And for those of you that are trying to figure out why do we need to do Wrap Sol, now Wrap Sol is kind of the same thing as BSC or Wrap Binance. It's kind of the same concept. You can't just use straight Sol, you got to have Wrap Sol in order to do a lot of the swaps. And BSC is kind of the equivalent to that. It's a very similar concept. So that does make things a little bit more complicated. If you're working with USDC, it's usually just as easy. Or more easy in many cases than using Sol for it. But almost everything out there uses Sol also. The exception is inside of Atlas or video games in general. They want you to use USDC or some other form of stablecoin. You might pay for it, for example, in Sol, and tomorrow the price of Sol is $100. So if Sol was worth $150 when you bought it, the game manufacturer would have lost quite a bit of money with that particular deal. So they don't have that problem with USDC. So a lot of games like using stablecoins for purchases for that reason. But if you were interested in buying Star Atlas, this is how you would do it. And it's really that easy. I reviewed the comments, so make sure you leave any suggestions, requests, or questions you might have. That way I'll review them and try to get back to you. If you like this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications to get notified when I release more content. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave my referral links. If you haven't already subscribed for BlockFi and Weibo and gotten the free money, that might be worth looking into. Till next time, stay strong with those diamond hands. Crypto Newbie here to tell you how you can get $2,340 in free stocks. All the links I use in this video are in the description. Sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. Your first stock is free automatically. Deposit any amount and you get your second stock. Deposit 1 penny and you get your second stock. Total value could be up to $2,300. Generally $5 per stock is what you get. Next we have block fee. Get $10 in Bitcoin just for signing up. Read the fine print. I've got a rewards account. You'll get $40 in Bitcoin, as will I. So you know exactly what I'm going to get and what you're going to get. You do need to deposit $100 to get your $40 in Bitcoin. That's the overview how to get $2,340 just by signing up for accounts.